So today we just came together with Shelly and Vanna, who have been very kind enough to keep advising about how to enter Salesforce. So I really like the spirit of people in this group um, because the way I see it is a lot of people say thanks to me, but it's I'm not doing anything. Actually, it's all of you. You guys are stepping up to help fellow women, pulling each other up. So it's all of our success. And I thought that we really there are a lot of interest around Salesforce, and we need to bring these people out up, and so that more people can get the advice, and we can save this discussions for the future as well. Um, I'll start with a small intro, and the way this session will go is that what we have done is we have a few questions, the commonly asked questions, how to enter sales, for what certification to do and all, and which Vanna and Shelly will share what their journey has been. And if you have questions in your mind that keep popping up, just put them in the chat. If we get time later during the session, we will ask them. If not, then that will be something they'll take away and they'll reply them when they get time. They'll reply back. Once again, welcome to both of you. A little about Shelly. Shelly has a strong background in Salesforce administration with 5 years of experience and currently leading an application in organization Elmo Software, who specialize in HR, payroll, and similar technologies. Her experience includes leading leads to cash processes as well as working with sales and service cloud, the experience partner community, CRM analytics, CPQ, third party integration, and managed packages. She's also well versed in change management systems, having worked extensively with Visual Studio Code, GitHub, and Workbench for deploying and debugging. Welcome, Shelly.
Thank you for nice introductions, Isha.
And Vandana is a Salesforce certified administrator and platform app builder, having 3 years of experience in Salesforce now. Overall, she has 13 years of experience in IT, predominantly in Oracle, advanced SQL, and PLSQL programming. After a career break of 4 years, she's currently working as a Salesforce and data administrator at Direct IT, a lead generating organization. Like you can see, both of these people have a lot of IT experience, but in Salesforce is a subset of it. So that means somewhere down their career, they got interested in Salesforce and they did that switch. And that's why they know how to, do that switch. They understand your pains. They have gone through themselves and they're just so willing to share with everyone. Before we start, Shelly and Vanna, you want to say something about yourselves, or just want to add something like to the people, want to say hi or anything?
Well, I think, yes, this is well said, Isha. We came from non-IT backgrounds, and I came from the non-IT background and move in the Salesforce, platform. So I know I went through this kind of journey, how to be into Salesforce. And Salesforce is, just think about it, Salesforce is it's because everyone use it, every organization use it, it is a high in demand, so people think about it, okay, let's make career here, and it will take you further, and you can also like, um, there is no end, right? So you can go any direction if you enter in the Salesforce, so there is no end. So people mostly like to choose it. So just think about the Salesforce is just a tool for salespeople, right? So think about, like, just take a simple Salesforce is not a big thing. Salesforce is simple, is a tool for the salespeople, how to do accounting, uh, how to do look upon all the numbers, and how to make it to cash process. So and this, when they're doing this process, how to build the logic inside the simple. So this is all about Salesforce.
Thank you. Thank you, Shelly. Vanna, you want to add something?
Yeah, that was a very beautiful introduction to Salesforce. And yeah, as you've said, like I have moved my career from Oracle to Salesforce because it is the booming technology here, and everybody wants to move into Salesforce because it's cloud based, and all the companies are currently using it. So I can understand why everybody wants to move into Salesforce, and we can help you with that journey, and we can hopefully we can guide you with that because we have gone through that path. So yep, let's hope we can provide a good guidance to you.
All right, so let's get started. Again, these questions are very generic and they might be a bit repetitive. So if you feel that you have given already some advice and just want to add some more to it, feel free.
Mhm.
I just took these questions from online, our Facebook and WhatsApp chats. So first question is, can anyone help me to get started in Salesforce? So Vandana, you want to go
Y-
first?
Yeah, so Salesforce is very easy to learn. Like it is one of the technologies which you can self learn, and it's very easy. Like as I said, you can start with Trailhead. You can sign up and create your account for free in Trailhead. It's a very fun way of learning Salesforce. You can search for the different modules and get started on your own. You can create your own environments in it, called that those are called playgrounds, and you can start building stuff as you continue learning the different modules. This will give you some hands-on practical experience as well in Salesforce, so it's very easy and you can self-learn. If self-learning is not for you, then you can take some instructor-led classes, online classes, or Udemy also has some courses, very nice courses in Salesforce, which you can take part, and then you can have a self-paced learning with Udemy classes or the courses. So that will teach you a lot. um, After you have like self skilled yourself into Salesforce, you have to get certified. That's a very important step for getting into the job. So you have to get certified. You can start with the Salesforce admin certification, and then you can find your own interest. Salesforce has different pathways, has many pathways. Like you can go into development, you can be an admin, you can be an analyst, you can be technical analyst, solution architect, and BA, business analyst, anything. So Salesforce is not just a very small thing. You can go into different paths into Salesforce. So once you find your interest, you can give the concerned or the correct certification and then move forward. But as I said, admin certification is the prerequisite for all other certifications. So that's
Okay.
how you can get started with Salesforce.
Yeah, that's right. And that's true for any line. Like, first is self-learning to see how where your interest takes, and then invest a bit more and do some courses and then the certification. Shelly, do you want to add something to it?
Yeah, it's the similar, the same for me is this is the starting is Salesforce administration certification certifications to know about how the Salesforce work. So understanding you can get the fundamental about how the Salesforce works, then you can explore more, if you any of the path. So this is understand entry is like Salesforce administration certifications, and then just go what you like it. And then second one is this the same is this the Salesforce is very easy to learn. It's self-learning platform. The Trailhead is all the Trailhead super pets is all available. You can go and to self-learn yourself. And also let the free dev account be are available. So you can just play around and do, I mean, just play around and do any projects, get online projects, and anything is available. You can play around and learn. You can self-learn. Everything available in Udemy and YouTube channels. You can get guided. If you have any doubt related, for example, you want to learn more deep in validations rule or any logics, you just everything is available, and you can play around in free or the free developer editions. So it is very easy. Anyone can learn. It's a anyone can learn, and anyone can explore based on their interest and where they want to learn.
Hey, thank you. Um, Thank you. That's really informative. I do hear that trailhead. So I believe one of you will be sharing these links with me later. I know that they can be easily found online, but something for the people to get started, just to click there and okay, this is how we can go. Um, yeah. So the next question that comes is, I want to do Salesforce certification. Can someone guide me how to?
Yeah, so as I have and Shelly has mentioned previously, we have to build our own Salesforce skills and know our areas of interest. So, and there are many certifications based on your a, on your interests. So you can be a Salesforce admin, you can be a Salesforce consultant, technical architect, solution architect, or BA, or a developer. So as I said, admin is the prerequisite for all other certifications. So basically, you need to register for the exam on Trailhead, and you need to prepare for the exam. There are various modules on Trailhead also, so that will help you to prepare for the certification. And there are practice exams in Trailhead as well for each certification that you would like to take. Then you can register on Trailhead and take the Salesforce examination online. And then after successfully getting your certification, you have to maintain those certifications each for each releases. So yearly once, I think you have to maintain your certifications so that they remain active.
Okay. Shelly, you want to add something?
Same page. I'm at the same
Yeah.
page. There's
I
nothing.
just
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, I just wanted to understand. So you're saying that Salesforce administration is the first step, and then if the people want to become developer or BA or analyst, there are more certifications that can be done within Salesforce.
I think I just want to add one thing. I think now, I think when I started that time, there was only the starting point only Salesforce Administrator 201. Now I think they recently started something Salesforce Assistant. I don't know exactly terminology. They just now started, because if somebody don't want to go more deep in Salesforce Administrator, so there is a like first step to understand what is Salesforce, and then go, like for example, if anyone go directly, yeah, associate something sells for associates, right? So this kind of certification is just the starting points to understand what is the Salesforce, especially someone is coming from another backgrounds, and they want to and want to make career not in his business analyst. Business analysts, they don't need to be very technical, but they also want to understand the applications. For them, is Salesforce assistant certification is very handful. So,
Okay.
and Salesforce administrator is more towards the technical. If you want to go more in the technical things, like for example, solutions developer or any technical architect. So this is more toward the technical roles, because in this certification we learn how to handle the Salesforce technically.
And I have one more question regarding Salesforce itself, and I'm sorry because I know I didn't put it like I didn't share this with you before, but for the trailheads as well as for this exam, do you remember how much is there any fees and how much
Yeah.
did you pay?
Yeah.
So
I think it's 200 USD that I given it before, and
Salesforce administrator.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and also
For
let's
each
keep
exam, it is the same, I think, 200 USD.
same 200 USD. And I don't know, sometimes if you are in a trailblazer community, so sometimes they also giving the discounts.
Yeah.
So you need to attend some kind of sessions, and then we'll give you like 50% discounts. So just keep an eyes on the trailblazer
The
community, so you
vouchers.
can know, yeah, the voucher, you can get some kind of voucher.
And registering at the trailhead and doing those upskilling is all free of cost.
Yep.
Yeah, these are,
Okay.
yeah.
That's really good. That's really
It's very
good.
amazing. It's very, anyone
Yeah.
can go
Yeah.
and just learn.
Yeah.
That's the best
And
part of Salesforce. Like, it is self-learning. You can just go in and then learn according to your own pace and your own timing and your own availability.
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
correct. She's correct.
Yeah. And next question is how to get started in Salesforce administration? I think we covered this. We
Yep.
don't need to take it again.
Mhm.
And the next is how to get job without experience. Shelly, you wanna go first? How to get job without
Um,
experience? I think it's a
Without
huge,
experience, yeah,
huge
without
topic.
experience, yeah, it's a huge topic. See, first, my understanding is when you apply for the jobs, when you want to the job, so why the people want to hire you, right? They want to hire you because you can do some technical works. So I think if you don't have experience, it doesn't matter, like you don't have the company experience, but I suggest you to get more certifications, keep applying for the job and get add on the certifications, because the recruiter will look at quantity right? So quantity certification, so if you have number of certification, anyone can, you can attract any recruiter. The second on the top, for me is like get hand-on projects. I just give you some link here, so you can get, there is some Indian, there is one organization in India, Mind Magics. They give very handful of projects, real-time projects. You can get know about how the Salesforce works. So so you're doing the job, mostly the interviews, they will ask you, they ask about something task, how you can do it. uh, I think is my thing, my understanding is when you do the project, you understand how to translate the business requirement into the task. Actually, this is the main criteria. So this is the why we need projects to understand, because you understand how we can translating into the task. This is the most important thing, because in the certification you learn how to do the task, but how to translate the task you will get from the projects. So that's why I'm just, if you know experience, so that's okay, anyone can start, but hand on certification give you basic idea, but if you do hand on in the projects, so it will give you understanding how to translate business record into task. And then if you, and that will come in your it will reflect in your, while answering all the question in interview, so it will attract any of the recruiters to just to hire you in the organization, that I think.
No, thank you so much, Shelly. Vandana, you wanna add some more tips?
Yeah, so this was one of the greatest obstacles for me, how to get a job in Salesforce without getting a local experience, without having a local experience. So this is one of the most important things, like getting how to get the most coveted local experience in Australia, without which like getting a job is very difficult. I have faced it, and it was very confusing to me as well. And uh, and uh, it took me about 2 years to realize how to overcome this obstacle, and I don't want anybody to go through it, so I would suggest a few ways. So there are a couple of ways of getting the local experience. You can start applying at volunteering jobs at your local council or at any non-profit organizations. You can start volunteering your time and your skills. And you in Seek as well, there is a volunteering tab on top. If you open Seek, you have a ribbon on top, and there you have a tab called volunteering jobs. So you can click on that and get all the volunteering jobs. So that is one of the things. And you can start applying and contributing your time and skills in and there are a couple of organizations which can help you. So you can start volunteering uh, at Blaze Your Trail. That's one of the organization that deals with Salesforce. So, and there is one more, Generation Australia, but they were giving training and they were helping in Salesforce previously, as I know, but I don't know the latest status. Someone said that they have stopped with the Salesforce, but you can apply to Blaze Your Trail. That's a Melbourne based company and is run by a very wonderful woman called Jessica. And there's one more, Talent Stacker. So you can start applying there. They run daily classes, and also they will allow you to work on their live environments for their actual clients. So these are non-profit organizations, so they need volunteers. So you get to attend the classes where they will be solving the actual client problems and the issues, and they will be developing things for the clients. So you get to learn the real time, you get that real time experience, and can see how things are being done, and you can suggest, and you that's a very very uh, good those are very good sessions. You can learn a lot through them. And then they will give you a certification as well, certificate as well, where they will mention the amount of time you have contributed, and that will act as your local experience. You can put that in your resume, that I have contributed so much of, I have, yeah, volunteer so much of time and my skills, and I have done all these for the life. You can put those projects as well in your resume, so that will act as the local experience. So that will help you a lot in getting your next
Yeah.
permanent job.
I actually do know somebody. She's also in our group, but she's a
Deepa.
yeah, you know Deepa. So
Yeah,
she joined the
actually,
Blaze Your Trail. Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah. So I also joined Blaze Your Trail as a volunteer, but then within a month, my solutions and my yeah, I was able to provide a good solution, so they offered me casual employment. So yeah, Deepa and me were colleagues there.
Yeah. So Deepa, she shared a lot. Actually, we also have a recording of hers doing this volunteer session on our group. And it's not just what I feel is when you do volunteer, it's not just the project or the technology experience you get. You also get the Australian experience,
Yes.
the way
mm,
people work. I mean, like Slack for team communication. I think that's what Blaze Your Trail used.
mm,
Yes.
And there are
mm,
so many other things because it's not just the tech. I think technology is the easy part, because we just need to learn something. We can just sit like we have done so much. Like for instance, since we were born, we are learning new things. So, but it's just how to interact with people. What are the expectations? How to set them, so these are the things also that we get with this volunteer jobs, which we don't
So
uh, get on our own. Yeah.
So I would like to add there, when they put you on the real-time projects, they they assign you to be team leaders, and they will assign you to like talk to the real-time clients and get the requirements. So all those things helped me a lot in my career, and that will in turn give you the confidence of interacting with the local people, local clients, how they talk, and how to understand what they are speaking, and how to like understand what is the requirement, and then put it through the like you can design the process for them. So that really helps a lot when
Yeah.
you interact with the people and the client.
Yeah. And
And
I
also,
really, yeah.
these organizations will put in this internal Slack channels all the job openings, so which you can take advantage of. And also they will when you apply for a job, they will give you a good recommendation as well, like reference and recommendation. So that will also help you a lot in, yeah.
And I also want to add, I remember now that getting a volunteer job is also not easy. So it
mm,
needs, they will take your interviews and
Yes.
everything. So you need to be prepared for that because some of you who have already been trying know that already, but some of you might not be thinking like, kids volunteer, I'm
Yeah.
anyways not getting paid or maybe less, but it does take a lot of prep there. So
Yeah.
yeah, just take what Vandana and Shelly are giving you the advice and be prepared to, not get selected even for volunteer job. Don't take it too hard,
No, you
but
can
that's
get
something.
selected. I would like to add there, but you have to complete a module that they will like you to complete, because they are working with real clients, right? So they want you to know a bit of non-profit organization, like the skill set and what needs to be done there. It's a bit different than the normal Salesforce. So they would like to understand those things in non-profit. So they have a like some modules which they would like you to complete before working on the live environments for actual clients.
So Vandana and Shelly, before we move on, I wanted to ask you guys. So maybe Vandana, because you're already talking. What was your journey into Salesforce? And you took a break and then you joined. So, uh, what steps you took and how hard or easy or whatever it was like?
Yeah, that's what, like after I came back to Australia, I had a break to for like I had a second baby, so I was taking care of her, and in the meantime I decided to move to Salesforce. So I thought how to get into Salesforce. So I did a couple of training sessions, and I did a couple of certifications, skilled myself up, and then but then still I started applying thinking that I can get easily into entry level jobs, but I could not. For a year or year and a half I could not get anything. So I was like, I didn't know how. Everybody were like, you need to have some local experience. What is the local experience you have? I say I was thinking like, if nobody is ready to take me, then how will I get the local experience? Even though I had a career, an experience of about 12 years back in India, but still it was like starting from scratch again in Australia. That was the most difficult path. So, but then I didn't know about all these volunteering organizations back then. So I don't want anybody of you to go through the same again and waste your valuable time. Hence, that's why I want everybody like to know that there are a few volunteering organizations. You can join them. You can start volunteering and upskilling yourself and get that local experience which you can put in your CV.
Yeah.
And on top of that you can get the real time experience, and in turn you can get that confidence to speak in your interviews, because you will be actually doing the work for the clients.
That's right. That's so true, Vanna. And I do want to add that last month we had a session with Priyanka. She's a technical recruiter, and I maybe some of you had already seen her
Yeah.
interview. And she said that now post-COVID, the market has changed in Australia a bit, and they have started considering other countries' experience also. Like, to be frank, I came from Singapore in 2019, and a lot of my friends, like we were like a bunch of people coming from Singapore, and we didn't have a problem like others face. I always hear about it, but maybe because for some reason Singaporean experience is counted, and maybe from India or other places it's not. But I would really, I want to believe also, Priyanka, that things are changing, and I hope they are, because sometimes you just, so they might not be, but the broader message that I'm trying to send here is that if you are confident, if you're somebody who has Salesforce experience and not Australia, then you just try to apply still the job and not to the volunteer path. But if you're somebody who is really new to Salesforce, then maybe, yeah, volunteer experience will give you more confidence before you're ready to apply for a real one. And Shelly, how about you? How did you came from Oracle world to Salesforce?
I am from the non-IT background. So my basic background is medical field. So I came from the medical fields and then entered into IT.
You have that doctor look, you have that features. Like I can feel
So
that.
I started, yeah. So my education and background is medical. My father is a doctor, so my come from the total medical backgrounds. But my brain doesn't not allowing me to do any medical stuff. So my body and soul was different. So I just align it and started Salesforce. So I started. I was actually my journey started as a front end user in the Salesforce and then move into Salesforce. So I already moved in the Salesforce administrator career back in India. When I joined it here, actually I had some experience in Salesforce administrator. So here they consider my experience. I was kind of say I was lucky. They recognized my experience, Indian experience, and they took me in. So I got some kind of small roles, like initial was like a 3-month contracts. I got it. It was just related to some data loader of work, you know, basic level of work. They just hired me, for data administrator and Salesforce administrator. So this is how my journey started here. So with the small contracts, and then move into like in permanent role. So it's not. I would say that it's not that like you're. It's depend also. It's depend on timing as well. Some people are actually looking for if looking for a technical person. If somebody knows it, irrespective of there is local experience or not, they are still really want to hire you. They're still interested in you if you are technically very sound. So a technical sound is very important because they want somebody just get it. I mean, they should know the how the Salesforce work, and they should know how to do the task, and how to they know how the business will work. So if they get this kind of reflection, they will hire you. So um, I think just keep applying for the jobs, and volunteer is again is local experience always add on. It's always a
Yeah.
plus point, but never underestimate yourselves that your overseas experience will not be counted, but I think it will count because it has happened with me.
So when did you come? Which year did you come to Australia?
I came in like 2017. I came here.
17. Yeah.
Yeah,
So I think it does matter, like because you had Salesforce experience before, and then
yeah.
sometimes we get lucky, right? Sometimes we just are in the right
Timing.
place at the right time, and
It's a
sometimes
timing
we
thing.
are, yeah, we are not able to, and that's when we are like thinking that something is wrong with us, which is not, which is definitely not. Um, that's really I love listening to the stories in Women in IT, and mostly of the people who stand up and start I would say mentoring or guiding others, because everyone has a story, and I feel that like you guys, these are the people who have gone through their own struggles, and they want, to help other people and not go through. So it's so interesting and so nice to hear, and I feel like my journey has been easy, although I started with the intent that it has been tough, and I should help others. But now hearing your stories, and I'm like, you know what, I'm one of the lucky ones. um so I have a couple of questions in the chat, and one of them is somebody said, I'm applying for jobs, Salesforce jobs, but not getting any interview calls. Can you guide me what might be the issue? So, I mean, like, again, I understand that you can speak only from your experience and what you see in the industry, but any advice, like, what do you think might be happening in the background?
From my understanding is, you know, just think, just seeing how your resume is, because the resume is your first is the first thing you just introducing yourself. So you should know about it. What point should be highlighted, right? So I think there's something's looking for technical skill, and those were not in your Salesforce resume. So that I think that we need to be added. So how to highlight your resume, it is very important. That I think is that I learned when I came here. So the highlighting resume, the correct resume is very important. That my understanding is it. And the second thing is that um, just go through the JD when you think about it, and after that, based on the JD, just give the one example when you would just like a first when you get the call, one question, any of the one JD and one example, something like that. So first your resume, and the second one I'm thinking about like fundamental. Just when you're talking, just give this kind of reflection that you have the fundamental clarity of the applications. So I think it can attract the recruiter to take on to another level.
Yeah. Vanna, you want to add something?
Yeah, like just like Shelly said, like you have to check your resume, and there are certain keywords in the JD which every resume they every company they send the resume through something called ATS. So you need to check what are the keywords in the JD, and you have to need to put them in your in your resume so that your resume gets picked up by the ATS. And that is one of the
Yeah.
most important thing. And secondly, I think the market is a bit slow now. It seems like it will pick up very soon, so please don't lose heart and keep applying.
Yeah. So it could be market, it could be your resume, it could be that the right skills are missing, the ones that are needed. And again, Priyanka did, Shubhi and Priyanka did a very good session last month. It should be still easily be foundable on our Facebook group. I don't think it's still there on our YouTube. I have asked Shubi, I'll remind her. But there Priyanka has shared, like, because she's a technical recruiter, right? This is her day job.
Yeah.
So there, I think there was a question, if I remember well, about same not getting interview calls and what might be missing. So please go through here that, because other people, like, so that's why we have different mentors. People who are technology specific can only speak about the technology and their specific journey. And then if you have recruitment related, like how to build your resume, how to give interviews, why you're not getting selected, for those type of things we have the separate sessions which we do with HR and technical. And I'll put our YouTube channel link in the chat later, or in the event link. But we have done in the past also some 2 or 3 sessions with HR and recruitment people already.
So
um
I would like to add a point there as
yeah,
well. Like when you're applying for the job, if there is a contact detail given in the JD, so maybe you can try contacting that person and sending him or her an email saying expressing your interest in the job. Uh,
yeah,
Opportunity, so that because the recruiters go through several resumes and might not pick yours up, but when they get a personal email, so that will highlight
Mhm.
your resume and your interest on that job opportunity, and they might contact you more.
yeah.
There are
And if
chances
there is
like
a phone
they will
number,
contact.
if there
Yep.
is a phone number given, do that call. I
Yeah.
hesitated myself, that's why I'm telling you, I don't like talking too much on the phone. So I used to hesitate that if there is an email and phone number both, I will prefer mail. But the thing
Even
is,
me.
yeah,
It
if there is
happened
an
with
email and
everyone.
phone number, you need to pick up the phone, dial the number, and have that thing ready in your mind, like the first sentence
Yeah.
that will come out of your mouth. Because if the other person, and what if it goes to voicemail? Again, remember what you need to say when it goes to voicemail. Don't hang up. Leave a voicemail. In Australia, people use voicemail. I use it almost every day, always. So leave a message in the voicemail with your number. And if the person really picks up, you should know what's the first statement. And then of course the conversation will flow. Um, and then there was another question, although I don't understand it fully, but you guys might. Can you share how important is a demo orgs? I think that's small for organization for job opportunity. What's a demo orgs?
Demo
I
Who
think
org
those
is
are the playgrounds
asked this
that
question? Do you want to come up off mute?
Hi, Isha.
Hi, Yesha. Yesha, is it?
Yeah,
Yeah. Yes. Can you please
this is
explain?
this
Yeah.
is a new concept. I've heard, I've been hearing and reading about it on LinkedIn, where people are actually developing demo orgs so that they can take their laptop and then show. They're like little apps that you develop either on a playground or your dev org that you can show to the recruiter or your um, project manager. So I was just wondering how important it is.
Uh, nowadays, what's happening is you create all these apps or different types of like you create things in your demo orgs, and then you showcase those in the LinkedIn. So you need to be active in LinkedIn so that recruiters see that you are actually working on these things, and you know these, and you have actually done these in your demo org. So I think that's also one of the things that you can keep doing,
yeah.
that highlights your profile in the LinkedIn to the recruiters.
Okay, is there a way to put links for your demo org? Like, how do I make it public?
You
Uh,
There are few recording apps where you can record what you are doing and how it
uh-huh.
works actually, and then you put up the videos in LinkedIn. That's what
Oh,
my
okay.
friends have been doing.
Oh, great. Thank you.
No worries.
Okay.
And it is also new for me. I never used it before.
Now
There's
when you
so
go
much
into
learning
LinkedIn,
in these
you
sessions.
see all these things being developed by people, and then they showcase them.
Yeah, you don't need it. You already have a job, so it's for us.
No, no.
No, it's I think we all need it, all need to know
This
these
is
things.
needed
It's our
because
line, it's
That
our
shows that
job.
we are
we,
on top of everything still.
Yeah.
yeah, it's up to skill. Learning is
Yeah,
never stop. We
Yeah,
learning never
always
and it
stops.
must.
should not
Yeah,
at all in IT, but not in any field. It doesn't
yeah,
matter. Yeah.
yes. So
Yeah.
we are also
Especially
facing
in
some challenge. It's not just
yeah,
like
especially in
yeah,
IT
better
as
the
well, you
job
have
and
to keep
challenge.
maintaining those
Yes,
certifications, do more certifications and all those things.
but
And you
just
have to
just
keep continue keep upskilling yourself
yeah,
regularly.
the funny thing is that in the Salesforce get upgraded every every quarters. The 3 times get
Yeah,
enhanced, right? And for example, if we will not go through to what the enhancements. So next day, if you will say that, oh, something's happened and somebody is approaching you. Can we do something like this? And you tell, no, I don't know. So how you will know, right?
yeah,
So you should know about every time you need to up a skill. Salesforce is upgrading very fast. So it is challenging for every Salesforce users to just go and enhance yourself. So it's challenging for every person. It's just not for you. It's just for everyone. Keep enhancing. This is the only thing I think Salesforce. I think
yeah.
it's for every technology.
Yeah. Thank you so much. If there is last any we can take one more question if there is. You can come off the mute or put it in the chat. Otherwise, we'll just end the session.
I have a question. Sorry,
Yes.
I'm unable to put it in the chat, so I just one came on the mute.
Yeah.
So basically, I did a Salesforce admin certification. I did an internship in Australia in a smaller company for like 1 year. But the thing was, the company was India based, so basically they got all the work done in back home on the like back end. All I did was doing like page layouts, creating objects, and then doing data transfer and stuff. So
Mhm.
I joined the link later on. So you mentioned that we can do volunteering work for like some non-profit organizations. Can you just please like recall the names of the non-profit organizations so I can get on a real on experience?
Yeah, I can name a few. So one is
Yeah.
Blaze Your Trail. It's a Melbourne-based organization and is run by Jessica. Second one is Generation Australia, and third one is Talent Stacker. You can find Talent Stacker in LinkedIn as well, and Blaze Your Trail and all these are in LinkedIn. So you can just find them and then try to contact them.
Okay. Thank you so much for that.
All right. That was nice. Thank you, Vanna and Shelly, for giving this time. And I hope that there's a good attendance today on our this meeting. So that's why there's a lot of interest in Salesforce, and I'm sure that there are a lot of people who wanted to join but could not because of other commitments. So thanks for doing this, and I hope you keep on advising more and finding time to guide more people to come back into IT or just come to Salesforce.
It's been a real pleasure to like be able to give something back
Yeah,
because
sure.
we have been through those struggles, so we don't want anybody to go through it again.
Changing your career and moving to the new skills, and it is challenging, but when you go into it you will enjoy this journey. So this is it's
Yes.
one push. This is everyone goes through it, and then it will be fine. Yeah, definitely will fine. Just keep applying it. Just wait for your time. It will come soon. Yeah. So never feel down. Just be open hearted and just keep applying.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, girls. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for everyone.
Thank you.